I have an announcement to make.
Okay.
That kind of sounded like I was doing like a president voice.
Yeah. Who is that?
A little Nixon, I think.
Is that
maybe?
No, that was Kennedy.
I have an announcement to make.
Oh, it's less.
Yeah. If I try to do a voice, I can't do it.
Ask not what you can do for your country, but what your country can do for you. And also, why am I in a convertible? I think that was also one of his famous lines.
Well, JFK was in a convertible.
Yes.
Is that just a president thing?
No, I was being JFK.
Oh,
right
you were
there.
being JFK.
Is that what we said?
I don't remember.
God damn it. No,
but I do have an announcement to make.
God damn it. Ruined my bit.
And my announcement is that I have autism.
Oh, you took a test and actually paid for it?
Yes, I finally took it. So we talked about it before.
Yeah.
We talked about it before, but so a few months ago, I found something online. I took the test, but I was like, to get your results, you got to pay. And I'm like, I don't have autism that bad. I'm not paying for it that much.
Enough.
But there was a girl that I was talking to. I'm not talking to her anymore.
Okay.
But she sent me a link for this site that's free.
So she also, is that why you're not talking to her? Because she was like, oh shit, you have autism.
No, she sent it to me a while ago, like while we were talking.
Yeah.
And was like, do this on the podcast. And I was like, well, I'll do it eventually. And now I'm doing it when we aren't talking anymore.
Okay.
She ended it. But the website's called embraceautism.com.
Oh, good.
And there was like 60 questions.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, all scores of 65 or higher are indicative of autistic traits.
Okay.
I scored an 83.
Out of...
So the scoring goes 25, score is like the lowest.
Okay.
And that's just you are not autistic.
Okay.
Then it goes 50, some autistic, but
Sure.
likely not.
Okay.
65 is minimum score at which autism is considered. And then 90 is stronger indications of autism. So I'm right below the stronger indications. But I scored a level 83, but it goes all the way up to 240.
Okay.
So I knew I wasn't like a train autism guy. You know, like
I feel like train is also kind of the middle of autism.
yeah, like I'm not like
Well, because then it goes like nonverbal and like
there
that
was a
kind
few
of
questions
stuff,
where
yeah.
it was like, how do you feel when textures are on your body? And so, and it's like, it doesn't bother me.
Well, some of them I hate.
But so it also said like, this is a test though, so it's not 100%.
Right, yeah.
But I knew that I did have it. An 83, dude, that's pretty high.
Out of 240, not really.
Yeah, but minimum 25.
Yeah.
I'm like over the minimum score for autism by 20 points.
All right, you'll have to send me it and I'll see what I score.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. You'll do it next time.
Yeah.
You're going to get like a 4.
I don't below the minimum.
Yeah. Jacob's like the most generic. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, like everyone's obviously on the spectrum.
Yeah.
Because it is a spectrum.
Autism.
So everyone's on it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's why it's a spectrum, because you got the highs and lows, and I'm in the middle.
Yeah.
But it is.
Cheers.
Cheers to being autistic. I knew I was, but I knew I was minimum.
Yeah, but you're not.
But it was obvious, like,
But also,
something's
like,
weird with it.
for you in zero way is it like debilitating.
Deliberately debilitates.
Right, yeah.
Word of the day. No, I'm just kidding. He said it. But that was wild. It took me a while, because I was like, man, I don't know. Because some of them was like, some of the answers were like, I felt this way my entire life. I felt this way as an adult. I felt this way when I was 16 or younger.
Interesting.
Or none of the above. So like the answers were like, I don't know, maybe
Right.
my entire life.
Sure, yeah.
Because some people are like autistic when they're kids, or they get it.
Sure.
I don't know. But ladies and gentlemen, it's confirmed. And this is like the most listened part of the episode because it's the intro.
Right, Robert's autistic.
Yeah. So let's get into it.
So if you don't listen to the rest of this, you're kind of a bad person because we're going to assume it's because of that.
Yeah, you quit listening because I'm autistic.
Yeah, that's a hate crime.
I brought a gift for you today.
Oh, a gift.
I don't know if you'll have a way to even use this.
Is this because you're also recently found out you are gifted?
Yeah, I'm gifted and talented. Okay?
Gifted with gifts.
Gifted with gifts. Yeah, so I wanted to spread the love of autism, and I brought you an autism awareness book.
Is it a puzzle piece?
No, it's not. Is that what autism means? It's puzzle piece?
That's like their symbol. Yeah, it's puzzle pieces.
This is. I don't know if you have this, but I don't know if you'll be able to use this.
Okay.
But I was like, I already have this, so this is an extra one. So I was like, Jacob will like this.
Okay.
It's a CD, everybody.
Original Kick.
Yeah, baby, sealed.
Or not even original. I don't know who those members are.
2016 Kick.
Tonight, I really want to live.
Look at the last track.
Don't Let It Be. Is it the original Don't Let It Be?
It's the re-recorded
God damn
it. But I thought you would like it.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
I don't even know if you can listen to. Do you have a way to listen to CDs?
My PS4, I think, can play them. I'll throw this just up in the arcade.
But for people listening, I gave Jacob a Kick CD, which Kick is a local band that we grew up listening to.
Yeah, my sister used to date the lead singer, and so like he was in my life for like I think they dated for several years.
And then my band had the pleasure of playing with them a lot,
God,
which is
I'm
bad.
so jealous of that because that's when you and I weren't friends, and I was so fucking mad.
You were mad. You were mad about that.
Yeah, that's probably the most mad I've been at you.
Hey, I'm not gonna. I've always liked you. Were the one that showed them to me,
I
and
know.
I've always liked them. So then I was like, it's like a bucket list for me. Yeah, so we played a few shows of them, and I think they're still around. I don't know if it's not the original lineup, but
no, because the original lineup, I think the other two live in different states now.
Yeah, I think one of my buddies that's in a different band, it's friends with the old bass player.
Adam, yeah.
Yeah, which is badass.
One of the best performers we've ever seen.
Yeah.
He's in New York, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, is he really?
I ran into him once at a Tasty Tacos.
Whoa.
And I was like, oh shit. And he was like, you stick things in your nose right now. That's what everyone fucking says to me when they meet me now.
But that's awesome. It's not like, oh, you drive for FedEx?
Right.
You know, it's like, no, you actually.
But now my job is at least cool. I've never done an actual like Facebook update about my life.
Yeah, and you don't do any videos, so people just assume that you still stick stuff up your nose.
Well, I do sometimes, yeah.
That's the only thing you post about.
Right, but on Facebook, I don't really post about shit. Like, I haven't told anyone that I now build arcades for a living, that I have a house. I guess I did an engagement update, but that's it.
Yeah. And even that was a couple...
And no one on Facebook knows I have a podcast.
Probably good.
Yeah.
I did think about making us an X.
Oh, sure. An X could be worth it.
I don't know if you can do clips on there.
You can just post full podcast, too.
Oh,
Doesn't matter, I think.
I think Mr. Beast has been posting his videos, and he's getting a ton of ad revenue on it.
Sure,
and he's
but
like,
also he has enough.
Yeah, he makes
Have
money.
you ever watched Mr. Beast videos?
I've seen clips on like the internet.
It's a bummer they are that good.
Yeah.
They are incredible.
Well, because he does such a good job of hooking you immediately, and then it's big stakes, massive.
Also, does not waste time.
No, yeah.
Which I really expected him to. But like, he starts the video with something incredible.
Well,
and then
what's
like,
wild is like, it will be like...
There'll be like 5 big things in one 20-minute video.
Yeah, in one 20-minute video, but some of them are like, I survived for 7 days, and they cut it down to 20 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just like, damn, that's why he's one of the biggest YouTubers, because he's got the algorithm figured out.
It's kind of scary that he's that big, but also you watch it, you're like, this was entertaining as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, this is the most entertaining thing I've seen in a while.
I think he takes all the money he makes, he puts it into the next video.
Yeah,
So that's why
I think he's constantly broke, which is...
He lives... Have you seen, like, he lives in a small apartment that's literally connected... Like, it's just a room in the space that they record in.
I'm not, because he doesn't need anything.
Yeah,
now.
he's just like, I'm always working, so I...
Yeah, because I watch a
That'd be
video
awesome.
because I don't like keep up with the shit, but every once in a while we'll go on a kick of just seeing what is his most recent things. And one was like this guy competing for $800,000 or something like that.
Oh my God.
And he did like several things, including one was get buried alive. Like he was in a...
I think I saw the Buried Alive one, yeah.
Well,
or clips from him.
He did... Mr. Beast did that himself, but he also had this guy do him. And this was after he had to like crash a car into a lake and then pull bags of money out of it, and all the bags he got is what he gets to compete for.
Oh my God.
So he did all this shit and he like got buried alive for a certain amount of time, and they didn't give him a clock, and they're like, all right, you have to be buried for at least 24 hours.
But he doesn't know the time?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. How would you keep track?
You don't, because you sleep. So he just, I think it was like at like 30 something he wrong it. So he went well over.
I mean, you just got to go like, I think I meant it, but I'm just going to stay for...
Yeah.
God, that's wild.
So he did like 5 huge things. Like this guy's like 2 weeks of his life, and it's for like 800,000, I think,
which is life-changing money.
And then on the last challenge, he loses.
What? So he didn't get anything?
Yeah, and like right before the last challenge, you're like, you can walk away with $300,000 right now. And he's like, no, I came here for this, and he's already failed something before. He's like, this is it.
Oh my God.
And then he fails it, and then Mr. Beast is like, shit. Oh, that fucking sucks. And then the two of them are just kind of standing there, and like you see him just be like, ooh.
You don't even get a consolation prize.
And I respect that you get nothing.
You did all that. You probably took time off of work.
Yeah.
You risked your life.
But also, like,
also it's fun, and you probably get a little bit of fame from it.
You could probably do a response video to that would at least kickstart your own
Yeah, and then you could go on podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could at least use that as a jumping off point, which is also terrifying to think about. That
I mean, that's how you attach to somebody that's bigger.
Yeah.
And then if they like who you are,
and if
then
you get a third, not even a third. If you get 10% of his audience, that's still
it's more than
hundreds of thousands of people.
Way more than we'll ever get.
Right. And I don't want that many people watching me.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. Because I've heard like Rogan will say like, yeah, 10 million people watches. I'm like, that's too many people.
Yeah, but it's fun.
I guess. As long as
you're doing it you're loaded.
Yeah, that's true.
You're doing it for a living.
Yeah, you can make so much money instantly.
That'd be awesome. And it's fun as fuck. We're getting drunk and talking.
Yeah.
And people are listening to this bullshit.
Can you imagine if one of our videos all of a sudden had 10 million views? We'd just be like, oh, shit.
Well, one of our videos has 22,000 views.
25,000.
25,000 views.
And they did not like that video.
I didn't like that video.
Yeah, but that's true, yeah.
We're reviewing Fast and Furious, baby.
Hobbs and Shaw. The worst.
Yeah.
I would argue that is the worst movie because it's so unnecessary.
Yeah, it's one of the worst. I am curious about going back to the first three.
Well, I
think I will like them more.
I talked to Izzy about this. I said we should redo the series and just have her watch them too.
Because I remember she watched some scenes from it.
Yeah.
Like while you were watching it, and she was like, I don't like this. Yeah, it's like she comes in with notes, and we just have to go off memory. Yeah. She's like, this movie sucks. And we were like, we know.
Speaking of movies, check out our Moist Movie of the Month video, because that will be out by now, right? Or
Moist Movie of the Month will be out in a few days.
After this?
Yes.
Will this still come out in February?
Yeah, so this episode's coming out February 26th.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, okay.
And so our Moist Movie of the Month will come out probably on a wet Wednesday, February 28th.
Hell yeah.
But we haven't filmed it yet.
Stay tuned for that. You'll still have time to email us.
Well, by the time you hear this, you don't.
We'll see. We'll see when we record that episode. I haven't seen the movie yet.
Thinking this weekend.
Yeah, probably.
We got to discuss all.
Yeah, we probably do. Yeah.
But I'm going to change the subject real quick.
I don't know what the subject was.
We'll just talking.
You gave me a CD. That's what that was.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I did.
I knew you would. I guess we could do a Robert's actual fun fact.
God damn, you were pumping these out. All right, hit me with it.
Well, what's wild is I'm laying in bed and I'm just like thinking about things, and then I'm like, let me look it up and learn about it. So, how do bloody noses work?
We did talk about this recently.
Yeah. Where does the blood come from and how does it stop?
Is this a fun fact?
Did you know that there's a word for nosebleeds? This is a fun.
Yeah, you just said it.
No, this is a fun fact. It's called epistaxis.
Don't like it.
Epistaxis.
Does nothing for me.
It's also called the epi. That's like the medical term for it.
Epistaxis.
So nosebloods happen when a blood vessel in the lining of the nose bursts.
I don't know what that means.
But like I was always curious, like where is the blood coming from?
Right. Yeah.
But like it can happen from an infection, injury, allergic reaction, or by an object stuffed in there. Wink, wink.
No. Oh right. Yeah. They're saying like sex toy, but I was like, oh right, I do sideshow.
Yeah, we just talked about.
Yeah.
You know.
God, I haven't done sideshow in like 2 months, and it's weird.
I know.
Yeah.
You go through peaks and valleys.
I know, but
We need to get back on it.
It's kind of nice taking a little break.
Yeah.
I think I usually take a break around this time too, because I think
sense.
Christmas usually wears me out.
Yeah, and then also it's
Because Christmas shows fucking suck, because it's a lot of staples.
Yeah. Well, and then once it gets nice out, then you can start doing fireballs, and then it's fun
Yeah,
again.
that's the other thing is once I can start working outside, I'll get excited
And
about
then
it.
we can do fireballs or fireball photos. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
I had a little bit of whiskey. Yeah, booze free February. Not it's happening.
Nope, it didn't happen. Sorry, everybody who tried to join in.
Nobody did. But did you also know that if you have high blood pressure, your nosebleeds can last longer than normal?
Okay.
And if you have a nosebleed longer than 20 minutes, you should go see a doctor. Like if the blood doesn't stop.
I would say I've only had that like a handful of times, and that's where I like broke my nose, because I've broken my nose a handful
but it's
of
like
times.
usually if you just do the pressure or put something up there, it will stop.
Yeah.
But I also don't understand, like sometimes it just keeps bleeding.
Yep.
And I'm like, where is it coming? We talked about this off pod. It's like, is it coming from my brain? I like when I looked it up, I was like, you didn't give me the information I wanted.
Right, yeah. Because there's been times where I'll just be sitting there and then it's just like, blip, and it's like, fuck,
Yeah.
what's happened?
Sometimes
What
it's
happened?
from dry, especially in the wintertime it happens because it's your skin's dry. But how is, if you don't even touch it?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah. Because, you have allergies, so maybe it's,
Yeah, but my allergies are like swelling and like wet. I guess my eyes get dry,
Yeah.
but like your nose just gets wet. Moist, if you would.
Ooh, a moist nose.
Yeah, Google or Wikipedia the term moist.
Don't Wikipedia it.
Wait,
Merriam-Webster.
Yeah, Merriam-Webster
Yeah,
dictionary.
Moist, 2024 word of the year.
Yeah.
2024 word of the year. I thought you were going to join in on the chant,
Oh,
but you
sorry.
sounded like a little kid throwing a tantrum there.
You sound like a little autistic kid.
But I thought that was I didn't know that it had an official term, but it makes sense because science.
I would say that's lesser than fun.
Well, epistaxis, that's fun.
That's something.
You're like, oh my God, I have an epistaxis.
Oh, my epistaxis is kicking in.
That sounds official as fuck, dude.
I guess.
You're like, epistaxis.
Ooh.
People are like, what's going on? Nosebleed.
Next segment, little update from me.
Oh, you got a life update?
I have joined in on the unofficial Moist Monday book club. I started reading Chaos.
Oh, dude, fuck yeah.
I am like 70-something pages in.
I haven't read it in a while, but I'm like 150 pages in.
All right, so now that we talk about it, I hope it kickstarts us both read it. A lot of men getting butt fucked in the first few chapters. Dude, but like 3 occurrence of it, none of which was consensual.
No, yeah, dude, they had crazy parties at this house.
Well, because one, there was a few prison butt fucks thrown in there, but one was, this guy sold us bad drugs, so we butt fucked
at
him.
a party. And then they talk to the guy and he goes, that might have happened.
Yeah.
Like he's just nonchalant about
like
it.
he's
like, what?
He assumes that it probably, like he's not fighting it. That like, I maybe butt fucked a dude.
But he's like, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's also, isn't it wild that it immediately, I mean, it makes sense because it's about the murders, but it's detailed. Like all the...
they're rough.
Yeah, so I was reading that at night and I was like, because they're just saying how there's just blood everywhere.
Stabbed 27 times.
Yeah, and then the fact that they like were on like a double noose, so they would, like, Jesus Christ.
That info that they tied a noose to one person, threw it over a thing, and tied it to the other person. So if one person falls from being stabbed a lot,
which they did, and then it's
choking,
and then strangles the other person, and one of them was pregnant.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude, it was
double homicide.
Yeah, it's fucked up, and then they do it the next night at a different house.
Just a random person. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's so wild when you get deep in the book. It's like, why did they pick that house? And then it's like, well, someone used to live there.
Yeah,
but it's still weird.
The writer is not like, he's like not sold on that fact either. Because that's what's interesting too, where he's like, this is what they say, but it doesn't make sense.
There's
but
a
also
book
you gotta
about
be
it.
like, it doesn't make sense because these people are insane.
Yeah, because they're also psychos.
Ooh, this will tie into my next thing I want to tell you about.
Okay,
But either way, I want to talk about this for a second longer. Yeah, a lot of men getting butt fucked. So beware of that. Also, beware of a lot of Polish last names.
Yeah, it's tough to read.
A lot of skis at the end.
A lot of names where
Like,
you go. Wait a second. Who is this guy again?
Yeah, because like Polanski, I remember that one.
It's hard to remember.
He's a incredible director, horrible person, but also his wife and baby got murdered. But there's a lot of ski names, and they're all very Polish.
Yeah, and then like there's weird tie-ins to like the drummer of the Beach Boys because like one of them was and
I love the Beach Boy
it gets
tie-in.
so like the more you get into the book, the deeper it gets. And you're like, holy shit!
Yeah.
What was happening in the '60s? It was the Wild Wild West, I think.
Yeah. But
great. It's good.
Yes,
it's a great book.
Great, yeah.
But it is. I every time I'm like, it is really heavy.
Yeah, and also it's so dumb. Yeah. That's what's so frustrating.
It is a conspiracy theory book.
But also it's cults, and like cults, the people are the dumbest thing ever, and that leads me to my next subject. I watched a true crime documentary last night about a cult.
Ooh,
and it is
fascinating.
It is strange how dumb humans are.
Yeah.
So wait, I'll just give me a second.
Well, while you're looking that up, real quick, when I went to Colorado, I brought Chaos with me to read on the plane. I was carrying it because it wouldn't fit in my backpack. Some guy at the airport, like he was on my first flight and then he was on my second flight. So he came up to me when we were waiting for the second flight and he was like, I saw you carrying that book. Do you care if I get a photo of it? So he took a photo of my book and he's like, that looks interesting.
Okay.
And then I ended up sitting right behind him and it was weird as fuck.
Keeps around like, how's that book? Is it interesting? Looked interesting.
He didn't read it at all on the plane.
Did you not?
I just carried it. I don't even think I read it on the trip, but I just carried it around.
It feels nice to carry a book around.
It does, because then everyone's like, what are you reading? And you go, this. And they go, yikes.
Yeah.
They go, yikers.
All right. So the documentary I watched last night, it's on Max if you want to check it out. Because I'll tell you about it.
Oh,
but also there's so much in it
scare me.
that I'm leaving so much out. All right. It's called Love Has Won.
Love Has, I think I might have heard of this.
WON.
Okay.
The Cult of Mother God.
The Cult of, okay, what's Mother God?
Mother God is Mother God. She is our God. So this cult started by a woman. Her name's Amy.
Of course.
And Amy was kind of a little bit of a burnout. She had 3 kids that she had younger than she needed to with men that didn't care about her.
Yep.
And then she abandons them with her parents. And I think her parents are okay. So she runs off and then she gets she's a alcoholic, which whatever. We all are.
Yeah.
But she's also really into hallucinogens. Sure.
Well, yeah, I like them.
I enjoy them.
But
I'm
some
not
people
really
do them.
into
But
them.
some people do them like daily.
So we have had people who have had this experience where she overdoes hallucinogens and then she realizes that she is God.
Oh yeah.
We have a friend who has done that exact thing.
We do?
Yes. Bleep his name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
he had a
realized
mental breakdown.
and realized he was God.
Yeah.
He's doing good now, I think. I don't know.
He's still around.
I think he's doing all right.
I love him.
Doing better.
Yeah, doing
You're doing better than this. Yeah. Either way, so this woman realizes that, and the guy she's with, who's a much older man, but also he seems harmless and nice.
Okay.
Like he's older, also very into hallucinogens.
Of course.
And he's like, "Yeah, you are God." But also they get on the whole thing of like every human is a god of their own world.
Which makes sense.
I get that's what Satanism technically
Where
is.
it's like, yeah, worship your own body and
Yeah,
worship
and like,
yourself and love
like,
yourself.
Take pride in what you do and do it with
that's
purpose.
good, yeah.
Yeah, great way to live.
Yeah.
But then she's like, "Yeah, but I'm more God than everyone else. I'm Mother God." And then she starts just continuously like posting things about that, like just videos, just updates, just like vlogging and stuff, and like gets enough people to watch where they're like, "Yeah, you're Mother God. I'm God. You're Mother God."
Oh my God.
But like the thing is,
Mother God.
If anyone reaches out to her, like if anyone interacts with her at all, she's like, "All right, you are now Archbishop," or like a guy named Michael. She's like, "You're Archangel Michael."
What
and
the
then,
heck?
And then so that grows, and then she and a
But she's the leader.
right? Because the guy she was with, she leaves for a new guy who's a little bit more attractive. I think has more money,
Of course,
and is also into what she's saying.
Of course,
and like so she joins them, and she's like, "You're Father God now," but also there's been like 5 Father Gods. It's just whoever's given her that dick, but.
And I'm guessing she's still partying like crazy.
She is drunk constantly.
And fucking on drugs.
At this point, I think she's in her early 30s. Yeah. So now she gets a home. I can't remember where the first one is. I know they have homes in Colorado. At one point, they do a long stint in Hawaii, and then also Oregon. And then I think maybe a California one somewhere at this point. I'll get it. I'll do.
This is wild.
This is brief summary because also there are just such weird big details that I'll leave out for you to discover.
Cults are so weird.
Yes. So this cult maxed out at probably 20 something people living with them, which is a lot.
The
weird thing is, so they're growing all that. A lot of hot women are joining in.
Why is that always like a thing?
Not crazy hot, but like hottest girl you'll see at our climbing gym.
That's hot.
Pretty hot, but like the climbing gym specific type of girl.
Sign me up.
Yeah. Like
yes,
the hottest
please.
girl in your cultural studies class.
Yes, please.
Hottest girl in your improv group. This is
yes, please.
So very hot, but very specific.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's my type.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, like
sounds like I'm joining a cult, ladies and gentlemen.
but yeah, that and then some dudes with man buns that you expect.
Of course.
Not ugly.
Kind of makes me think of Far Cry 5. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it's in that vein. So the weirdest part of it is that this girl's getting shit-faced every night, and she's not really even preaching. She's just like saying like, "I'm God. I love you all. We're happy, right?" And they're like, "Yeah, we're happy." And then also
so they just all party with her.
Yeah, and they're all like kind of take care of her. They get into a weird what's the word? What's like a shopping network.
Okay.
They start doing that to make money.
Yeah, because I was like, how are they affording to do this?
Well, also anyone who joins gives them their entire bank account.
Oh my God.
But they also live with her, and it goes to feeding.
True.
It's like one guy's like, "Oh, I'm on disability. I'm making only $700 a week, and I'm giving it all to this cult." But I'm like, $700 a week can buy you a lot of basic food, a lot of drugs,
Yep.
and like pay for
and
like
especially
house.
if you're all living together. Yeah.
And like they're nice houses, but also there's like a lot of people living there. So like
People are sleeping on
you gotta
couches,
like
yeah.
balance that out. And it's all attractive women, but also one guy's like, "Yeah, like Mother God, she's attractive. I wasn't really into her, but then she said, 'Let me know when you're ready to fuck and become Father God.' So I fucked her.
Of course.
Yeah,
So it's just a giant orgy.
No, it's not a giant orgy. It is Mother God getting railed. She is drunk.
Oh, so she's the only one getting fucked.
I think the others like
Kind
do
of,
whatever
yeah.
they want, but she is drunk, high, getting fucked,
Jesus.
and preaching wisdom. In her early 30s, I have no issue with this.
Yeah.
She is thriving.
Yeah, that's. I would feel like God too.
Yeah,
if people were giving me money.
The thing is, like, there's so many ways to live life, and I am jealous both of Mother God because she got to be worshipped and like without issue and like without.
So is it still going on?
No,
Oh,
we'll get
yeah.
into that. Well, parts of it are. Either way, there's Mother God, but also these people. I am so jealous of people in cults because they're so sure of something.
Yep, they're so naive.
So these people truly believe she is their God, and they get to fuck her. They get to do shots with her. They're allowed to trip shrooms with God.
Yeah, and whenever they
truly believe this, and I believe that is incredible.
Yeah, dude, they're probably living such a fun life. Right. Like no responsibility, nothing.
As long as they're making enough money, there's no real issues with this. And it never really made it obvious how big they got.
Yeah,
like,
that's wild.
If they got like a lot of like
People are just
attention
able to-
online.
yeah.
Because they showed like live videos and there'd be like 8 people watching and 3 of them are laugh reacting.
Yeah, because some people are like, this is so stupid.
Well, I feel like most people were, but also like,
but then
I bet some people who think it's stupid would still give money to see the stupidity
and
play
also
out.
there might be one person that tunes in and is like, I want to join.
Yeah.
So then
Well, the thing is, if you interact with them at all, you're good. Like you're
part of it.
You're a god, a
my-
lesser god, but a god.
Yeah, you're
nonetheless.
under Mother God.
Yeah. Which
Jesus. How many episodes was this?
3.
Okay, so it was a short mini series.
Highly recommend. So, and then the other thing is,
Cults are so weird.
now there's a new dude who wants to be Father God. This dude's a little bit shady. He's got a record.
Of course. Yep.
And like, it's not a violent record, but it's like theft. It was there was some child endangerment, but they were like, it was just abandonment. He didn't hit him.
That's still bad.
Yeah, it's bad, but you're also like, okay, it doesn't make you
as bad.
like. It's not like I'm scared of you now. It's
Yeah,
just
that's
like
true.
that dude's a piece of shit. Whatever. And so this dude partying with them, fucking Mother God. He's like, you know what? This is mine now.
He just takes it over?
He takes it over.
How?
Mother God shit faced. Can't
Oh,
do a
he-
goddamn thing for herself. So he takes control of it and he gets a little rougher with the followers. And then all the followers take Mother God, who's been shit faced for years now.
Yeah.
But also, imagine you're high and you do your drunk rambles, which I guess more so I do this. I love my big speeches
Yep.
when I'm drunk, and they're decent.
Yeah.
But imagine what would happen to me if everyone was like, "You're fucking right. Everything you're saying makes perfect sense." And then all I have to do is keep the party going. I'll stay in that head. Like, that's a great place to
I think
be.
if you found the right people, you could.
If this podcast took off,
You could-
I would be a cult leader. And I am.
because you have an ego where you're like,
Yeah.
and if you're just surrounded by yes men or yes
Right,
group,
yeah.
you're just like, all right, let's go.
And they're I'm fucking them.
Exactly. Why wouldn't you? Yeah, why wouldn't you?
It's a better way to live.
Yeah,
And
you
like,
don't have to go to work. You
and like
party.
also it's I don't think she's doing horrible things to her people either. I think it's very laissez-faire because I doubt she can control much because she's drunk as fuck
yeah,
all the
she's
time.
she just like
Yeah.
make sure there's food, make sure there's
I don't
freaking
think she's making sure. I just assume that someone else is doing that.
yeah. There's
Or she'll yell at you if there's
just
not
an
food.
accountant,
Right, yeah.
That has to be sober the entire time. It's
God,
like,
that'd be the
damn.
worst.
He's in
Or
the
they're
closet.
stealing a shit ton of money. But yeah, so
Yeah.
these people take Mother God and they move her like to a different state, and they leave Father God in this house. And
Oh my God.
And the way they present this is like, this is a test of his faith. If he can find us, he is welcome. It took that man, because he is piss poor because he gave all of his money to this. It took him a month of hitchhiking to get to their next place.
But how would you even go about finding them?
He does, well, because they're posting every day
Oh, yeah,
about
that's true.
bullshit or
Yeah.
whatever.
And
They're
they're
not
just-
smart
Yeah,
people.
they're idiots.
Yeah, so he joins back in, and now he is much lower level. Like I think he tried to play it cool after this.
Yeah, but dude, if okay,
Because
weird.
now Mother God is talking about who she has been throughout history. And this includes Marilyn Monroe. And also all the people are like, if you look at early photos of Mother God, she was hotter than Marilyn Monroe, which Mother God in her prime, pretty hot. The issue is that in a cult, you do a lot of a lot of time in the sun.
Yeah.
These people were looking a lot rougher from their early photos to their interviews.
Well, because they're partying nonstop and they're drinking and they're doing nothing else.
Yeah, you start looking pretty rough.
And if you're getting railed by
But she's now talking about who she was in the past life, and also her past life personas. I don't even know if it was past life or if she has kind of existed. They don't really touch on that, because also I bet she doesn't really understand that either. But like, she was Marilyn Monroe. She was, oh shit, what's her name? Fuck. This is going to piss me off. Who was burned at the stake? She led armies. She was young.
Joan of Arc?
She was Joan of Arc.
I don't know how I got that.
Me neither. No, I watched it.
I almost said that, and you would have been nope. Yeah. That's what I thought you were going to do.
She was Joan of Arc. She hung out with Jesus, because also Christianity's in this a little bit, but not. She overshadows it.
Yeah, because
but also,
she's God.
These people are eating it the fuck up, which is wild.
I mean, they're living a fun life.
But the big thing is, and then someone makes a poster board of all the people she's been or has contact with, and Robin Williams is like number 2. But the shitty thing about Robin Williams apparently is when she gets possessed by him, Mother God is a fucking bitch. Because she is shit-faced, and she's like, Robin Williams just said, you made the worst fucking quesadilla I've ever tasted. That happened. She yelled at, now she's getting mean drunk because she's been drunk for way too long.
And she thinks it's Robin Williams.
She's telling people it's Robin Williams. So Robin Williams is her mean drunk persona, and it's incredible.
Why is it Robin Williams?
Also, why are people following this?
Yeah,
because they talk about what she taught. None of it is that smart. Like, none of this is eye-opening. It's just...
I wonder if it's a lot of... They're just like, well, we're allowed to party all the time, so...
It's the dumbest fucking people you've ever heard.
Yeah. Dude, that's what... If you're doing psychedelics and drinking all the time, your brain is fried.
Yeah, and all these people are beyond gone.
Yeah, they're all fried. And especially in their interviews, can you tell like there's nothing behind the eyeballs?
Their pupils are fucking huge.
Dude, isn't that wild?
Father God is literally smoking weed while doing the interviews. He's also shirtless with a ponytail, but also he made point to pull the ponytail over his shoulder so it's on his chest.
I know a guy that did a lot of psychedelics, and every time you look at him, it's just his pupils, and like you're like, dude, there's nothing behind your eyes.
It's gone.
You're gone.
The human that was there.
Yeah,
so
that
he
sucks.
could probably worship Mother God. And I am skipping so many levels to this to make it worth it to watch this documentary. And also, this is not a spoiler because it happens in the beginning. So now Mother God also so they're selling a lot of medicines and weird. So she's not doing too hot. And it turns out it's because her liver is completely failing.
Yeah, I wonder why.
She's been shit-faced 24/7 and it's getting
for
worse.
years.
So her body is literally shoving down. She's covered in hives. She's taking all this... Like, she's only now drinking and taking their weird medicine.
But she's still drinking.
Yes. And well, at this point, if she stopped, she would die instantly.
Yeah, that's true. Cold
turkey. So her
yeah.
body is shutting down. She's losing weight. She's getting hives. She becomes paralyzed from like a certain point down. So she can no longer walk. So like these people are picking her up. And like on this video, you can see how just thin her legs are. Her face is just like completely sunken.
And she still thinks she's God?
She's telling these people she is God. All right.
Dude.
I have to look up this medicine real quick that she's taking.
Fuck, dude. That is freaky.
All right. So Mother God is on a diet of mostly colloidal silver. It's something that they say, I think it does help with some stuff, but they're treating it as a cure-all. But also one of the weirdest side effects is that it turns your skin blue. Legitimately. I will send you photos of this. Post some photos here of... There's two people that have done this enough where they turn blue. One is this old man who looks great, but he's blue. And the other is Mother God. So
I just always think... Tobias. I just blew myself.
Put a photo of him too.
Yeah.
But so she's doing this, and so she's turning blue, and she is dying in front of these people. And because now she's like, this is my ascension. This is supposed to happen. I am taking on. It's a little bit of when Jesus died, except for she's doing it to herself. Of like, I'm taking on the love of the world, but it's bad, so I'm dying. So all the people all the people who are doing feeds, because all these people are live streaming all day. That is their main output, is like videos, and that's how they're making money. That's how they're selling shit.
Yeah.
But they're all
Social media.
you all need to do better. Mother God's dying, and it's all of your fault. You need to love each other a little bit harder. So she's turning blue, and then so Mother God,
she's actually blue.
Yeah, she's blue by the end of it.
It's wild because
she also dies already a corpse. Oh yeah, she dies, and that's how the thing starts. Is it shows that she's dead,
and then they go back.
Yeah, so it's not even a spoiler.
So her corpse is blue.
Months before she dies, she is blue, and she is a skeleton, a blue skeleton. It's horrific.
And at one point, she was hotter than Marilyn Monroe.
But she was pretty hot at one point.
Before she had drugs and alcohol.
So my favorite thing about this series or about this cult is that Mother God's not doing well. At one point, she's like, "I made this all up. I'm not a god. This is just what I felt at the time."
She says this?
You need to. This is people saying that she said this, and they're like, "No, God, no, you're doubting yourself."
Yeah,
and so they push her forward, like, "No, you're Mother God. It's okay.
Yeah, we've taken you this far. You can't just stop."
At one point, she's like, "I want to see my mom again," and they're like, "No, you're Mother God. You don't have a mom. You told us to cut off family. You don't need your mom. You are God. It's fine. Keep going."
Because she built this cult.
And then
now
she's
they're denying her what she.
And now she's like, "I need to go to a hospital. I'm dying." They're like, "Hospitals would not understand your body. You are God. You cannot go to a hospital."
So she tried to get out of it. She tried to get out of it and died because of it.
It is the most hoisted by your own petard, whatever the.
I don't think you're allowed to say that word.
I can't even think of the definite or the word, but like that of she created this world and now it is killing her because she convinced these fucking idiots that she is
and
God.
She can't get out of it. Yeah. That's actually really funny, but fucked up.
It's so funny because she did all of this. She's in her mid-30s and she looks old as fuck, and also she's blue. She's turning blue.
And they're just like, "Oh, praise God."
She asks to go to the duct, and she's still drunk as fuck all the time because she would die if she stopped. Her mom also, like, she reached out to her mom and she's like, "No, I'm too scared to go there because you have a cult that hates me
and they might kill me." Yeah, cults would get fucking wild.
And then members of her cult, like, I think she's in Colorado or California, one of those places. She's in the States. I think they went to Montana for a bit too.
Montana makes sense, actually.
Oh wait, no. At this point, they are in Hawaii.
How the fuck did they get to Hawaii?
I don't know, and I don't know how they afforded a house there. Also, at one point, when she's saying she's God, she at one point said she was a Hawaiian god, whatever their volcano god is.
Oh, I know what you mean.
She said that, and they're reporting that she said this. So the Hawaiians fucking put a picket line out their house.
Oh my God.
The movie was okay. It was an okay movie. The Hawaiian thing was a little bit aggressive. The way that they came in and claimed that they were a god was a little bit aggressive, but overall it was a great documentary. Yeah. I just heard you talking about it.
Izzy just came in and
gave her Izzy insight.
And now she's leaving.
I'm gonna go press a flower.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, but she claims she's this Hawaiian god, so the Hawaiians flip on them immediately. They smash the windows out of their car and they kick them out of the area.
They're like, "What do you?" Yeah,
I don't know if they leave the island or something, but they're still in Hawaii a little bit. But she is dying at this point.
How the heck were they? Did they even get to Hawaii?
I don't know.
Like, it's got to be so expensive for all these people,
right, yeah.
And especially if she's dying. Too.
Yeah.
Was she blue at this point?
I think
she gets on a plane
there.
and people are like, "What the fuck?" And she's like, "Nope, it's God. Don't worry."
But yeah, so they have to move islands or something like that, and then she's dying, and they're like, "I think you actually need to be in like Wyoming or something like that." And she's like, "Don't move me," and they're like, "No, God needs to be here." So they fucking force her to move. That is my favorite thing, is that she keeps being like, "Please stop,"
Yeah,
and they're like, "No, you're God."
Yeah, because you built this fucking. That's what's wild is once you get followers,
you can't
stop them.
Well, like you can't tell them no because they're so in. Because if it turns out this is a lie, then their lives are a lie.
Yeah, their entire life is a lie.
So fucked.
So they got it. I can't imagine believing something so much.
No, but also this cult at one point was like, yeah, she's Q from QAnon.
Okay,
or like,
makes sense.
yeah, like Trump knows. Like they say that kind of shit. Like they throw in. But that's a great way to like trim the edges of those groups to bring you into yours.
Yep.
It's not a bad thought process, but yeah, she dies. And then,
Jesus.
And then all the followers are like, well, she's going to come back. So they don't report it. They also move the dead body across several state lines. And then eventually they meet up with like an old member. And they're like, yeah, she died, but she'll be back. And he's like, what the fuck?
No,
and
she's like, that's dead.
Yeah, and then like they stay at his house and they bring a corpse here. He like looks at it like, what? She's been dead for like 2 weeks. And he's like, what the fuck?
And they're just carrying her.
So it's like, that's with like him calling the cops.
Yeah, dude.
And the cops come in. Nobody gets arrested because they're like, this is their religion. Like, if you, because the thing is, if it turns out like with people who purely believed in Jesus, if they would have kept his body where they were and he came back 3 days, like it was fact to them. And like, this is just what.
So they didn't get in trouble? But
also a lot of them just paired off and are running their own podcasts or their own video channels,
Of
just
course,
promoting Mother God. Because
they still believe in her.
Like 3 of them fell out. That's it. Everyone else is still so in.
How are they still?
I don't know. And also, this was like 2023.
Oh
like,
my!
This was last year.
Yeah, so still recent. I think eventually,
which means that there's at least 2 of those happening right now.
Yeah, that is insane, dude.
I love it so much. I love dumb people so much.
It is. It's wild that people can just be like, I think you get in because of curiosity, and then all of a sudden,
if it hooks you right,
yeah.
Because like my big thing is watching it. It made me hate myself for 2 reasons. One, for this podcast, where I was like, we shouldn't be talking to people because this is what can happen.
Yeah, but we're not preaching.
No, but also the other thing
we're telling our stories.
The other big thing is I was crazy high watching it. Whenever I get crazy high, I'm like, we probably shouldn't do any of this shit. It's so stupid. But whenever I'm high, it's like, or whenever I'm back to normal, I'm like, oh wait, no, it's just fun and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly, it doesn't
but
matter.
Also, it made me hate people who get crazy high and get into stuff because I'm like, this is so stupid.
Psychedelics can do that to you.
Yeah, they can make you like. I get that they're eye opening, but also they're not the answer to everything.
No, especially if you do them every day.
Yeah, well, because then you rot. You're just gone.
You're literally you're just. There's people that will wake up and just do it again, do it again.
So much more happens that I did not talk about. Check it out.
I mean, it's a 3-part series, dude.
It's like 3 hour 45-minute long episodes.
That sounds wild.
It's great because also, they interview Mother God's mom,
of course.
Also, her fucking kids.
Oh yeah, because she abandoned.
Well, one of her kids started a TikTok of like, yeah, my mom left me and started a cult. Incredible. I would, if I had found that TikTok page, I would have followed it.
Yeah, but then also that's weird because she's trying to build a following because of.
Not really. She's just kind of talking about it. She's like, I don't know how to because she was like a teenager when this was all happening because like this happened very quick.
Yeah, and then she's just seeing live streams of her mom fucked up.
Just her mom like this and blue and being carried around.
Jesus Christ, they have fucking corpse, and they're like, "There's Mother God, she'll come back." And she's like, "That's my dead mom.
That's my actual mom."
Oh my God, that's so fucked up.
Because like at first, before I realized how bad Mother God gets, I just knew she died because that's how it starts. Yeah. I was like, if I died in my 40s, but I spent the last 10 years fucking being worshipped in Hawaii and just drunk as fuck on acid.
Yeah, maybe
that is a better 10 years than you get for decades of
that is true.
Whatever life.
Yeah, you don't have to work. But then
like,
at the end,
we have fun lives, but some people don't. Yeah, so I get.
But then at the end, when you're like, "No, please stop," and then you can't. Like,
and it was for a long time. Because also you could tell
she's trying to get out of it and she can't.
You can also tell that she expected she would die a lot quicker. But she was like, "I'm in pain all the time, and it won't feeding me stop." Shit. I'm just taking medicine that makes me turn blue. And I'm not eating food anymore.
And people have to carry me around.
They keep putting me on camera and asking me to tell my wisdom.
Yeah, that's kind of like a Twilight Zone episode where it's like you reap what you sow. You know, like,
it was so funny just when because it was all because she's dead, so it was all the people talking that said like,
it's very sad,
but it's so funny.
It's very funny.
But because also when people were like, yeah, she asked for her mom, but we were like, no, that doesn't make sense, and that was it. They just kept they moved forward.
They just say no.
Yeah, it was like, no, we can't do that, obviously, because of everything you said. So moving forward, because also if you start a cult, you have to cut all your followers off from their families.
Exactly. Yeah. You live in your own world.
Yeah.
That's how every cult is. Yeah, you can't have anything to do with the outside world. So what's wild is it's modern and with social media, so they still have contact.
Well, the interesting part, and they made a really interesting point about this when they were like, "Yeah, Jesus walked around and preached because that was truly the best way to get the word out."
Yeah,
when it was Monroe, she made movies that and like was famous and like
to get the word out.
And that was the best way to get the word out. Truly, the best way now to get the word out is to speak on the internet and use all of its services. And you're like, oh shit, that you said something smart, and that could wrap in someone really dumb and being like, obviously this is right because of how much sense that made.
But also really dumb. Like it's true.
Well, it's not really dumb. It's very obvious.
Yeah.
It's just you were the first person to tell that to the dumbest person in the world.
Oh, yep. You're God.
Oh, I get to fuck you too? Hell yeah.
Oh, and then I can be Father God? I have a title?
Well, also immediately you get a title. So you're
what's wild? Yeah, you drop everything, just move into a house with a bunch of people,
Yeah.
That'd be fun as fuck.
Yeah.
For a little bit. But then after a while.
I think for them it was fun all the time, except for when Father God was a dick.
Well, it was probably fun, but then after a while, you're just out of your mind, so you're just continuing to ride the motion.
I forgot one of my favorite scenes. It was
Oh my God.
It was when people were complaining about the new Father God who was more aggressive, the criminal one. And they were like, yeah, we'd all do acid and like hang out and just talk and listen to peaceful music. But when Father God showed up, because he was Father God, he would then change the playlist and it would be heavy metal.
While you're on acid?
And then he'd start shadow boxing in front of you,
Oh.
just throwing punches and yelling.
Jesus Christ.
Like,
so
yeah,
people are
that's-
having terrifying
Yeah,
trips.
that's horrible.
Yeah.
And then they abandon Father God and he comes back.
Well, what's wild is they had enough senses to do that.
It's,
Like they all got together while they're fucked up to be like, we gotta leave.
yeah, we got to leave Father God. And if he comes back, then he's truly a part of us.
Yeah, that's what's wild is they still let him come back.
Because the funniest thing, it's a lot of the interviews with the original Father God, who was just a hippie that she tripped with. And like when she left her family, she moved in with him. He's obviously like 30 years older than her, but he
Yeah.
didn't seem like harmful.
No,
and like
yeah,
she
he's
was in
just
her, she was 32, so it wasn't that
then
weird.
he got out of it.
No, she left him
Oh,
for
yeah,
someone
she
with
left-
money.
yeah.
But he was like
she
still
needed
the
money.
original hippie. And it was like, oh, you poor thing.
But he was probably like, it was fun.
I think he was bummed about like what it turned into. And he's like, also like, she's dead.
Yeah, and she had a
And
terrible
she had a
ending.
horrible death that lasted several months.
It was fucking blue. God damn, dude, that's fucked.
It
up.
was shocking to see the photos.
How did you discover? Like
We
were
wanted
just,
to watch a true crime documentary.
Oh, okay.
And like a few, like there's one on the girl. I want to watch this one too, about the girl who got adopted from like Europe, and then the woman who adopted her was also insane, and she was like, "That's a 20-year-old little person."
was that movie's based on?
Apparently, the movie came out first.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
because there's a movie where it's like it's a
And
child, but it's an adult.
Yeah, and it's a long thing. I think
That
it's
movie's
also on
terrifying
Max.
as
It's a
fuck.
fun movie. It's not terrifying at all. Just don't adopt a little European woman, and that
I hate
won't.
this movie. Scared me.
Yeah, you should be scared of horror movies if they can happen to you. Just don't adopt a little European woman.
It's so scary. I'm not planning on adopting people, but
Just not a tiny little European adult woman. But
I don't
like-
know, maybe.
But apparently, like this girl, like the mom got so like convinced that she was, because I think that this orphan technically did have a dwarfism disease.
Okay, yeah.
I think she has one. I think a
Yeah.
more rare
Yeah.
one. But either way, and this woman claimed like that means that she's actually an adult. And she's like, I saw a pube. Like that's a big part of the story. Apparently, she's like, my husband heard me scream from the bathroom. There's a pube.
could have been your
either way-
husband's.
No, on the girl. 'Cause-
Oh.
yeah, it's because it got creepy too and weird
Yeah,
and shit. Yeah,
bathing her or
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
all that shit. But it turns out, and then they went to like court with it, and the court deemed this child an adult, and so they legally changed her age and all that. And so then later on, this woman got like DNA testing, which could have solved this whole fucking thing.
Yeah, they do that at the
and it's
beginning.
like, yeah, you were a child back then.
Oh my
And that-
god!
And like they just fucked this kid over so much. I want to watch that one too. But yeah,
It's
so it was
wild
between
it's wild
that and then
it's wild that
Mother
you're just
God.
like, let me get really high. What should I watch? This.
It's fun if you're not really high. It's fun if you're high.
If I'm high, you know what I watched last night because I got high?
What?
Due Date.
Oh, the Zach Galifianakis
With Robert Downey Jr. Which is basically, I enjoy it a lot, but it's basically planes, trains, and automobiles, but modern.
okay.
It's just a road movie where they hate each other,
Sure.
but then they're stuck together.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I like it.
That's a fine high movie.
But like, it's like I want to watch something dumb when I'm high.
This is extremely dumb.
yeah, but it's like that's real life.
It was scary
This is
to-
like a movie.
It was scary because there was a moment where they gave like a specific date, and then I went into my Snapchat history and looked for that
And
date.
found what you were
and
doing
I was
that
like,
day?
oh shit, I took a funny photo of my cats that day.
Well, this was happening.
Yeah, this was happening.
See, that's the wild
Like,
thing is
at this time.
that cult was like happened a year ago.
Well, and the thing is, that means that there's several of those happening right now.
Yes.
But there's only 10 people in it, so who gives a fuck until they literally kill themselves or kill their leader or whatever the fuck.
I mean, if no harm, no foul, I guess. If you're that dumb and then you die from it,
Live how you want.
yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
we have a podcast.
I guess. Yeah. So if this podcast takes off, I'm going to get real weird with it.
You already have been.
So tell your friends.
I do have something I want to bring to the change of subject. Really much.
Yeah.
We're gonna do some blind rankings.
Okay. Hell yeah.
I got 4 of them ready.
Okay. Oh, 4 different things or 4 ideas?
4 different things and there's 5 in each category.
Okay.
And
Cool.
you're gonna blind rank them.
Okay.
So the first one is blind rank these 5 Toy Story characters without knowing who comes next.
Okay.
First up, Rex.
All right. I like how anxious he is.
Rex is badass.
And also, he's so stressed about his tiny arm. Because my favorite thing about the Toy Story universe is that when anything goes wrong, they all just start yelling. They all like literally they all scream
'Cause they're
together.
toys, yeah.
All right, and it's out of 5.
Out of 5, yeah.
I'm gonna go 3 because
3.
I enjoy Rex, but he's nowhere near my favorite. But I would keep him in the ranking no matter what.
Yeah,
so
Rex
5.
is great. Next
So
up,
3.
Sid.
Oh, I mean,
Sid's great, but also he's an evil child.
yeah, but also, how evil is he actually?
He just actually played with the toys.
Right? Would we not?
That's what I did as a kid.
But like,
I would
didn't
put stuff together.
I didn't like blow him up, but like I
No,
would
I
definitely.
didn't, dude. With fireworks.
I mean, I would have if I was allowed to.
Yeah.
'Cause that's fine. I would throw them around and stuff. I'd break them and I would put them together weird. So if I'm ranking them as myself, not
Yeah.
as like a Toy Story character, but how I view them as their character, I would honestly put them much higher. Because also, but not 2, so I'm gonna put him at 4. But also,
Sid's at 4. Okay.
do you know like he becomes a garbage man in the future?
Yeah,
which
that's
is
true.
a good fucking job.
Yeah, they pay really well.
Yeah, and also like he's a union man. He's helping the city he grew up in.
Yeah. Next up, Slinky.
Slinky, he doesn't do much for me.
But he does really help in one of the. I think it's the first movie.
Yeah,
when
where
they're
he
moving.
stretches
Yeah.
and like grabs stuff. But I'm gonna put him at 5. He's not
Damn,
especially
5.
funny. I enjoy Slinky. My favorite thing about him is that there's fun cosplay, and also that I got to take my niece on the Slinky roller coaster at Disney.
there's a Slinky roller
Disney
coaster?
World. Yeah, it's a very kid friendly roller
That
coaster.
sounds awesome.
Pretty basic, very fun still.
Dang. So
But I'm still gonna put him at 5.
So that
after
means you
Sid.
have 2 and 1 open left.
Yeah, I'm
with
nervous.
2 people left. Up next, Mr. Potato Head.
I mean, voice actor alone.
Yeah.
Also, I love his relationship, that him and his wife fight, but they love each
And
other.
I love the way that he just swaps faces.
And also that he is technically, he's not even the potato. He is possessing what he is plugged into.
Yeah.
I'm going to put Mr. Potato at number 1.
Number 1,
Also,
Mr.
that's
Potato
Don
Head.
Rickles, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say number 1, Mr. Potato Head. All right.
And then, so the last one is Andy at number 2.
Okay. All right. If we're looking at an actual thought process of Andy, he loves his toys. He takes good care of them.
Except at the end.
Well, but like you can't blame him for
Yeah, 'cause
that
he grows up,
either.
yeah.
Also, he donates his toys better than I did. I threw mine away.
Yeah. Or a garage sale.
Well, he didn't do the garage sale. The mom did. Andy, I'm comfortable with Andy at a number 2
Isn't
for
it-
that.
Were you expecting Woody and Buzz?
Yeah, which like I don't love Woody and Buzz. I would say I put Buzz above Woody. I like his delusion.
Yeah, he's
Well,
very.
like, also the
he
lead-
very thinks, especially in the first movie, he is the Buzz Lightyear.
the leader is never my favorite. The main character is never the best.
But
character.
Woody is. I do like Woody. You know.
Yeah, but I would even
especially
put,
in Toy Story 2, he's awesome.
sure when he's taken captive, he's
Yeah.
kidnapped. Yeah,
But-
okay.
yeah, but I didn't put him on here. Next up, change the subject entirely. Blind rank these pizza toppings.
Okay.
First up, sausage.
I'm gonna put it at a number 4.
Number 4, safe bet for sausage.
Well, it's nice. I'm never against sausage, but it's never one I put on my custom pizza.
Yes, it's always. I sometimes put it on, but
But there are
it's-
definitely things I like worse as toppings.
I'm curious what you'll do with this next one. Pineapple.
All right. I
Because
mean,
you like a Canadian bacon or whatever.
I like
Canadian,
Hawaiian pizza,
Yeah, Hawaiian
yeah.
pizza. Yeah.
it's on my favorite pizza, but it doesn't make my favorite pizza.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put that at number 2 and hope that you
You're
put
putting that at number 2?
pineapple. Yeah.
Damn.
Or,
okay.
Wait, can I change it still?
You can change
All right,
it.
Number 3. I'll put it at number 3.
Number 3. Okay, so we're middle of the rank.
Yeah.
Next up, pretty basic answer, but cheese.
Oh, I guess number 1. Yeah, I need that on every pizza I have.
Okay, cheese is number 1.
Yeah, I think everyone should do that.
So you got 1, 3, and 4.
Okay.
Next up is bacon.
Normal bacon.
Yep.
Fuck, because now the answer is your next thing one of my favorite toppings or is it one of my least favorite toppings?
That's the tough part. That's why the blind ranking's fun. 'Cause you don't know the order I put things in.
Bacon. It's
So you got 2 and 5 left.
because the thing is, bacon is never my favorite.
And also, bacon is a weird.
It's
like
not. It doesn't add much to.
I do
pizza.
like adding it as a topping, but I don't need to add it.
If I add bacon, that means I'm doing like a buffalo chicken pizza
Yeah.
where the crunch is nice because
You
also
like the
they do
crunch.
bacon bits, but also
Ooh.
I'm not a fan of bacon bits as
No.
a total. All right, so I'm gonna do 5.
5. So that means that this next one is your number 2
It probably isn't.
pizza topping, and that's black olives.
God damn it. I hate black olives. That would be number 5.
I knew you.
All right, so if I was being honest, it would go cheese, sausage. No, cheese, pineapple, sausage, bacon, black olives.
But black olives are number 2 with
Yeah,
the black.
my fucking guess. Which that's been a thing recently. I've been eating a lot because
Black olives? Really?
So for at work when we order a pizza, I'm not going to be choosy. I really hate green olives. Green olives I do not eat.
But I like eating black olives like straight from the can.
So black olives, if I don't see them, it's fine.
Outside, I don't mind.
Yeah, if I see them, I might kind of scrape them off. Or if I see that there's a lot of them, I'm like, I don't want black olives to be the flavor.
Oh,
in
so
this
if
bite.
they're on a pizza and you can see it, you'll take them off?
Not all of them, but
Like
I
a
won't.
Supreme pizza? I guess
won't
black
do,
olives aren't.
I won't do a black olive heavy bite. I will always remove some of them.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
All right.
Dude, black olives are so good. I remember like growing up, we would do like a taco bar
Sure.
for like our dinner, and like there'd always be a tub of black olives, and I would like when we're like sitting at the table, I just always pop a black olive in.
Yeah, because
Dude, green olives disgusting.
green olives, I have a weird thing with them that I think I've talked about before. They're a more like actual like phobia thing of mine.
They're a phobia of yours.
Yes.
While you're talking, I'm gonna pour some more whiskey.
So to abridge the story of it, a nun made me lick an olive in front of a crowd.
What the fuck did you just say?
And it ruined it for me.
A nun made you what?
A nun made me lick an olive in front of a group of peers. And
Was this at
and then
Catholic
later
church?
That later that night, or that evening, I had a nightmare about green olives, and I've never eaten one since.
Was that a Catholic church? Catholic mass?
Yes.
Why-
A nun forced me
Why would it?
to lick a green olive as a group of peers watched. And I had a nightmare about it that night.
Of course, that's a nightmare situation.
And I've never eaten a green olive since. That is the abridged version. I've told the full story before, I'm sure, on this podcast.
I don't think so, dude.
I'm
I've
sure.
never heard this in my life.
Leave it. We'll get into it later then. But
Okay,
a nun forced me to lick a green olive in front of a community of peers. And I had a nightmare about it.
It's terrifying.
It
All right,
is.
next up, blind rank these months. Starting
Okay.
with the month we're in, February.
5.
Oh, you should put me to put that at
February's
5.
the worst. Not because of Black History Month.
Oh,
Because it's short and it's cold and it sucks.
well, there's 29 days this year.
It's still short.
Next up, May.
We'll go 3.
3, good pick for May. You know,
Yeah.
May Day baskets. That's
Sure.
for springtime.
Well, it's also warm. It's fun. You can be silly in May.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Next up, January.
4. Not
4.
really any things in it I love especially.
So all you have left is 2 and 1.
Yep. I'm okay with that.
August. For us, that's Drawgust. That's
But
a
I'm
sober
still
month.
going to do 2. It's the end of summer, so you sometimes like knock out the things you've wanted to do. It gets too hot, but also it's a good like
But also
pool
you can still be
weather.
outside. Yeah,
Yeah, and also like I don't know, it was the last part of summer
that's
break.
true. That's a good one.
So like that was a lot of where we were always together.
Yeah,
Was August.
August is fun.
It's
yeah,
a
because
lot
also like before school
It's a lot of
starts,
fucking around. Also,
you're
it's-
motivated from the summer.
it's far enough into the summer that you're kind of excited to do school again.
Yeah.
So I would say August is 2, which all right.
And then your number 1 for these months is November.
So I would probably put that at 2 in August above, but November I'm okay with.
You're okay with
Because
November?
also it's been warm recently in November.
Yes.
You can start it off pretty
Thanksgiving.
fun.
It's a holiday month.
Like working in November kind of sucked.
But also it's like a good transition into the holidays.
Yeah.
Because like it's like November happens and it's still like kind of nice out, and then Thanksgiving's at the end, and then it's the holidays.
Mhm, and we don't do no nut November, so
Yeah, I'm jacking all the time.
checking constantly.
Okay, we got one more blind ranking.
All right.
Blind rank these cuss words.
Oh shit. Okay.
First up is shoot.
Oh. I guess 4 because it does nothing for me, but I expect you to do something dumber later. We'll see. That could have been 5. We'll see. God, are they all horrible?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the joke.
Okay. Shoot. And number 4.
Next up, mother of pearl.
Ooh. Okay. Give me Mr. Krabs vibes immediately, even
Yeah.
though he probably never says it. Mother of Pearl.
I think he did say mother of pearl.
Maybe, but I assume the mother of Pearl is dead. Also, is Pearl adopted Or is she like, did he fuck a whale?
I don't know, dude. That's the tough thing.
Mother of pearl. All right. I'll do that as a solid 3.
Solid 3.
I don't hate it. I don't love it. Does nothing for me. I've probably only said it like 4 times in my life out loud.
Next up is drat.
Ooh, I like drat.
Drat. D-R-A-T. Drat.
Because I'll allow drats into the equation
Yeah,
too.
drat- yeah,
Like,
just the-
drats. So
yeah,
it's like a little bit older school.
It is very old school.
I'm trying to think if drats was ever used in a situation that I enjoy. Like, drats.
It's a fun thing to say.
Because
dude.
also it's a post visual saying. Like you see something and like, or like something happens.
a reaction.
It's a reaction. So what? I have 5, 1, and 2.
Yeah, 5, 1, and 2.
I'm gonna put it at 2 then.
2 for
So I got
drat.
1 and 5 left. All right.
All right. Next up, cunt.
I mean, unless you put something incredible. There's 2 things that could go above cunt for me personally.
2 things.
Yeah.
What goes above cunt?
Well, we'll see if we reach there. I'm gonna put that number 1.
Number
I love
1.
it. It's Australian. It's sharp. You don't expect
It
it.
pierces the air.
Yeah.
Cunt's my favorite cuss word.
Yeah. All right.
And then next up, which is 5 on your list,
All right.
is poo on a stick.
That's fair. Poo on a stick, number 5. Yep. All right.
Did you like how only one of those was cuss words?
Yeah. All right. But if you want to ask me what
Yeah.
can
What's
beat,
what's the 2
what can beat
above cunt?
I put 1 above cunt, dang nabbits.
You put dag nabbits above, so that's a cuss word you can say in front of anybody.
Because the thing is, imagine you're just kind of hanging out, like you're outside, and then like you're close to woods or something, and then outside the woods you hear, "Dang nabbits!"
Oh,
I enjoy that.
yeah,
That means
it's
a
very
dumb
redneck.
Yeah, that means like a dumb person fell, or they spilled something.
So the
like
people in the cult-
hearing that in the ether would be my favorite thing. If I could hear a dang nabbits in the wild, I would be so
nabbits
happy.
a great one, dude.
And then my number 1, purely because it's probably my most common and it applies to most situations, is just goddamn it.
Yeah, you say goddamn.
I
a
say
ton.
goddamn it a lot.
I bet if I did like a total, I bet it'd be triple digit at least of you saying it on the podcast.
Maybe. I don't know how much I would say it in this context, but in the world, I say goddamn it a lot. Because it's my reaction.
It's your
to
reaction
mostly.
shot, and then also sometimes when I say something funny, you go, God damn it.
That's fair.
Or, yeah,
You can apply that
'cause
reaction
you
to
can
most
say
things.
anger, you can say it, but
Yeah.
cunt I think is my favorite, but I don't use it.
Sure.
Because that is
You don't think to use it.
but also it's like
It's harsh.
And also that's not a reactionary word, and that's also
No.
not it's like
It's an attack.
It's an attack word.
Yeah. Because
all these
fuck
other ones
can
are
be anything.
poo on a stick.
That's only reaction. You can't be you poo on a stick. Like
You could be.
that's a demand.
You could be poo on a stick.
All right. Do we have another ranking?
But Mother of Pearl is great. No, that there I just had 4.
That's it.
But I think that's a fun segment.
Yeah.
So maybe you should come up with some. Because that's fun.
All right. Yeah. I already have one in mind for you.
Because it's so stupid. I like to do them where I don't pick obvious answers.
I actually had one recently where I came up with a list of my own top 5 things.
Oh, and you want to do it right now?
Yeah.
If you can find it?
I have it.
All right, let's see it.
All right. This is my question for Robert. Top 5 puppets.
Oh, Jesus.
All right.
So I have to blind rank these?
So these were the list of my top 5.
Okay, but I have to blind rank your top 5.
Yes. All right.
Because I don't know puppets. Is it Muppets also included?
Puppets.
Yeah, puppets just in general.
All right. So number 1. Oh, shit. I'll have to change some of these because you won't know them. So I'll think of different ones that I also love. All right. Number 1, the worm in the labyrinth.
Yeah.
Have you never seen the labyrinth?
I've seen the labyrinth, but I don't know what the worm is.
The little blue worm in the beginning that goes, hello. God damn it. I'll show you a photo.
Is it blue?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. I don't remember it, but yeah. That's a great dude. Jim Henson.
Yeah. And also, like, he has a missus. He's like, come inside, meet the missus. Make
Oh,
you a
that's
cup of
awesome.
tea.
That's
He lives
awesome.
in the walls of a labyrinth.
That's fucking. Oh, so that's how the movie starts?
He's one of the first people she meets.
The Labyrinth, that's a weird movie because she's just dumb.
She sucks.
She's just dumb.
No, she's one of the worst main characters ever.
Dude, I just got on DVD. It's on my stack because I got a ton of movies yesterday. Dark Crystal.
Oh, that's a good one.
I've only seen it once, and
I've
that was
only
like
seen
a
it once, too.
long time ago.
All right. How would you rank the blue worm from Labyrinth?
And also I don't know puppets very well. But I do like how you described it. I'll do Blue Worm. We'll do 4 for Blue Worm.
Okay. Number 2, the chest burster from Alien.
That is a puppet.
That is a puppet.
Holy fuck.
Yep. This one, like
yeah, that's
the little one that comes out of his chest.
no, yeah. When they're in the room together, I'm giving that number 1.
That's fair.
That's an awesome freaking.
Okay. Number 1. All right. 3. Gonzo.
Oh, from the Muppets. Okay.
He's weird. He's the sideshow performer of the group. He fucks chickens.
Yeah, he's a wild card.
It turns out he's an alien.
I do really like him, but I'm hoping something else is on here, so I'll do 3 for him. So
Okay.
I got 2 and 5 left.
This was in my top 5 list. The mom from Between the Lions.
I have to rank her.
Yeah.
The mom from between.
I'll pull her up.
Why did you, in your own free time, come up with a top 5?
I thought about it.
And you didn't plan it for the podcast?
No,
You
or
were just-
I planned it where I was going to tell you to make your top 5 puppets of all time, but this is a funny thing for you just to go off of mine. Wait, all right, let me get. All right, remember, she teaches you how to read.
yeah. What did
She runs the library.
Oh, she isn't.
She's kind of hot.
I wouldn't say hot. She's an adorable, cute.
No, she's fucking hot. There's some age on her, which I like in a puppet.
Well, she's wise. I'm putting her at 5, dude. So I got a 2 spot left. Who's next? Who's the 2 spot? I'm happy with the alien though. At number 1. That's a great one.
I'll see if I can find
Who
it.
the heck is? It's
like-
also wild that, dude, these are all over the board. Were you high when you came up with this list? 100%.
All right, number 1 is Big Bird on the Challenger.
So that's my number 2 pick. Is Big Bird on? What does that mean? Big Bird on the Challenger.
Do you know what the Challenger is?
Like a ship?
The rocket ship, yeah. That exploded on impact or on ascend.
Why was Big Bird in it?
So you don't know
I
anything
don't know about this.
Okay, here's a little history. This could be the transition to a Jacob not so fun fact. All right, this is a lot.
Okay, I'm ready for this. Is my number 2 pick for favorite puppets.
And it's
It was
fair. All right, so the
What was this in your top 5?
Yeah.
Who was it in your top 5?
I don't remember the order because this was just my top 5 puppets. Gonzo would maybe be up there because he's my favorite Muppet. Either way, all right.
Animal is one of my favorites.
That's too obvious though.
Yeah, that's true.
Because that's a lot of. But all right, so Big Bird, the puppet that you know and love, taught you how to read and shit.
6 feet tall.
Yep. So Big Bird was originally supposed to be on the Challenger mission, which was a NASA
Yeah.
rocket ship that they were going to send into space. I don't know if it was supposed to go anywhere, or if it was just supposed to go into space.
I think it's just- yeah, I think it's just
And it
space.
was a fully planned mission, and Big Bird was supposed to be on it. The issue was, it's not clear to me if they were going to send a man as Big Bird, or if they were just going to bring the puppet into space and show people that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he couldn't fit. He was too big because they were probably going to give him a spacesuit or anything. And
Because he's 6 feet
so
tall.
instead of Big Bird, as far as I'm aware, I might be getting this wrong, but as far as I'm aware, instead of Big Bird, because of all these issues, they sent this teacher instead. This teacher.
Oh, I think I know about this. Yeah.
Yes. So this teacher, their class went to the launch and all that. And as they launched,
They launched it alive.
the Challenger exploded.
Yeah, I know about this.
And there's a big group of people watching. And the thing is, if you watch a
entire
rocket ship
class.
explode, they're just gone.
They're dead.
So the interesting thing is that I
Jesus
constantly
Christ.
think about is what if Big Bird was on the Challenger?
He wouldn't be on Sesame Street
No,
anymore.
the thing is, they would have had to kill Big Bird off.
Yeah, dude, he's the main character of Sesame Street.
But we would have they would have done a big promotional thing, which I'm sure they still did when he was going to be on the Challenger, but then he backed out. But they would have done it. They would have gotten a great video of him walking on, and they would have puppeted him in the spaceship.
Imagine if it's the actor that puppets him and
Probably,
then he fucking
it probably
dies.
fucking would have been.
Yeah.
And we would have watched the ship take off.
And then you see Big Bird in the window and you're like, oh,
and
that's
then just
awesome.
Feathers.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But if you think about it, if Big Bird would have been on the Challenger when it exploded, they would have had to kill Big Bird. PBS would have had to been because also we all watch it, so they would have
Yeah, it
used
was live on
they would have
television.
used that as a tool to teach kids about death. And
Which might have been good.
no. So our world would have been that would have shifted the world enough. I think
Yeah.
that is a extreme event to have happened in our child. Or I guess I don't know what year that happened.
Imagine, well, it was before we
What
were.
are you gonna say if Big Bird was in the Twin Towers or something?
No,
like that?
no, I'm not
I'm gonna
bringing
say
it
it's that big of an event.
No, I'm just saying, imagine if you were one of the kids that watched your teacher go up on it.
That's
like, Jesus
a
Christ.
whole other event.
Like, I didn't know that I didn't know initially it was supposed to be, and then they just picked a teacher. How did they pick a teacher?
It might. I don't.
They were like, they voted for like the best teacher.
I haven't researched like that input, but I think she took Big Bird's place. Either way, Big Bird had a place and they backed out, and a teacher still went on. So
one of your favorite Muppets is Big Bird on the
Big Bird preparing for the Challenger
So
voyage.
was there like promo videos and promo pictures
Probably.
of him doing
Yeah,
this?
I would be surprised. But I just like thinking about how different the world would have been.
Oh, it would have been really different.
Because it would have affected us. We would have
Yeah.
been taught more about the Challenger
also, I
exploding.
remember watching Sesame Street.
I watched
growing
Sesame
up.
Street all the time.
Yeah, but then they would have. It would have always been like Big Bird's
like
no
why
longer
is
with
Big
us.
Bird gone?
Yeah.
Because he blew up in a spaceship. Because we tried to send him to the moon.
But what's wild is like they're teaching kids, but then also there's a real people on there dying too.
Because I don't know if they had plans to send the puppeteer. Because that would have been a whole other level. If then they would have been like, yeah, also this guy died that was on this show.
The guy who played Big
You
Bird.
should know about this guy, but also Big Bird's dead.
Yeah, the guy that you actually know, the puppet,
But
puppet
like,
you know,
Elmo would have had to deal with Big Bird's death
and he would have been
on
like,
Sesame Street.
"Oh no,
Mr. Noodles, I don't like this very much.
oh, I forgot about Mr. Noodles
Do you know there's been like 4 different Mr. Noodles?
because the dog dies."
No, it's a man.
Oh, is it a man?
Mr.
Oh, yeah,
Noodles
it's an
is
old
a
man.
man.
It's an old man. Yeah,
Not even that old, but there's been like 4 different
I
ones.
haven't seen
And
Sesame
I
Street
think one
enough.
of them was a hot actress.
Oh,
Was one of
really?
the Mr. Noodles. Oh, the girl from Broad City has played Mrs. Noodles before.
Oh wow.
Alana, not the other one.
Oh wow.
not
Alana.
Abby. Yeah.
That's a wild pick for that, but that's awesome. But I
Fun
love
for
it.
her.
But
Yeah.
I love it.
I bet
That's-
she was great at it.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Have you seen like the behind the scenes photos of the set for that? Like it's just all the puppets and then everybody underneath, and then
Yeah.
the camera's just
There,
It gets
yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
It's also really cool.
It's insane what they've built. Because that's the thing is, at Disney, because I think Disney now owns the Muppets.
Of course they do.
I think it was at Disney because I did Disney and the other and Universal. But I
Yeah.
think it was at the Disney. Is that they have like kind of not a Muppet World, but a Muppet Space.
Okay,
There's a theater where they perform and stuff like that.
that's
But,
really fun. How do they do the voices if it's different?
I mean, actors can learn the voices. If
Oh,
you're
that's
really
true.
good at it, you could only do that and
Yeah,
work
that's true.
at those-
Kermit. A lot of people can do Kermit.
Yeah.
A lot of people can do Miss Piggy.
Hi-ho.
Yeah, exactly. And if that's
But
your
they get
job,
much better people for it who dedicate themselves to it. But the thing I was thinking about where it's like the Muppet like space, what they should have done is built all wall like around everything is just have walls and paths that are hip high. So you can only see people from like the waist up, like you can only see
Yeah.
puppets. I think that'd be such a fun thing to do for
That'd
a
be
world.
really fun.
So people were just the top half of their body.
that'd be really
Yeah,
cool.
it'd be a hard maze to build, and it wouldn't really make sense.
Yeah.
but just around every area, just put a waist high wall.
Dude, now that we're talking about puppets, I don't remember what it's called, but it makes me think of the puppets from
Can you
Mr.
think of a
Mr.
favorite-
Rogers.
Sure.
Like the old lady or the old, isn't there an old
it's
married couple?
Imagination Land or something.
Imagination
like that.
Land, yeah,
Something
with
like
a
that.
train.
It's like a king and queen, but they're like
Yeah.
little puppets where it's like
They are actual
They just do that.
Actual
Yeah.
puppets. That's what it makes me think of. I don't, dude, but you know a lot about the Muppets
I know a decent amount.
and like, because you grew up watching, I don't know much, so it'd be tough for me.
the
But
watching
also what's
the Mu-
wild is in your top 5 is the alien, because I would never even think about it as a puppet, but
Yeah.
it is.
Right. So I could probably have made a better list because my idea for
Well, it's different. Is you could do a top 5 Muppets,
Sure.
or a top 5,
Yeah.
like Jim Henson.
because of my puppets for the top 5, if I was actually to build, I would try to get away from Muppets more.
Yeah.
But also, this is just a list of 5 I had recently. But like in my top 5 was Emmett Otter, who you have no idea who that is.
Christmas.
But you only remember that
I
from me
only know,
telling you.
I
Yeah.
only know it's from you.
And like I love that Muppet a lot.
Emmett Otter's Christmas story or
Yeah,
whatever.
Christmas. Yeah, Emmett Otter's.
That's one of your
Jug
favorite
Band Christmas.
That's one of your favorite Christmas movies that I've never seen.
It's so good. Not a lot of people have seen it.
Is it on Disney Plus,
Probably.
but it's like buried.
Probably.
I don't think many people have heard of it.
Yeah, but like Gonzo, he wasn't on my list, but he is my favorite Muppet.
Gonzo's awesome.
Yeah. Because also I like that he is a fetish that we're all aware of.
Yeah, and he fucks chickens.
But like he'll see a chicken and be like, "Oh, that one's so hot." Like he'll like
That's
talk.
wild.
He'll see a chicken
This
and
is
be
a
like,
children's
"I
show."
can't think." That's the interesting thing. The Muppet Show is not a children's show.
But that's what it is, but it's not.
No, it wasn't even advertised.
Oh,
as that.
really?
It is it is not a reality show. It is a late night show with Muppets.
So
Like-
it's a lot of adult humor.
Not like crazy adult. Like it's not like sexual or anything. Like it does
He
like
fucks chickens.
well, yeah, it does like little jokes on that. I don't know when he gets that fetish, but like it's not kids jokes is the thing.
Oh yeah, so smart jokes.
I highly recommend watching the Muppets because also it's fun because it's a different like famous actor or composer or
which I love,
whatever per episode, but they're from the 60s and the 70s. So that's how I found a lot of people I really, really love now. Like Paul Williams, I was introduced to him by the Muppet Show.
I know modern Muppets kind of ish because they had like Jason Segel.
The movie, yes.
Neil Patrick Harris, and that's
Like,
awesome.
Like Jack Black's in the movie. Dave Grohl's in that movie.
Oh, is he really?
Dave Grohl plays
drum off. He's a drum off, right?
Well, he plays an off-brand version of Animal.
Yeah.
In the I think there's like a band. One of them starts a band called the Muppets, and the Dave Grohl is the drummer for that, and he's dressed like Animal,
which is badass. Yeah. That's so cool.
Right, but like
I don't think I've seen him actually.
The Muppet Show is so different than everything else, and it's also I highly recommend that. It's on Disney Plus if you have it.
Do you like it better than Fraggle Rock?
Yes,
I always really enjoyed Fraggle Rock.
I enjoy Fraggle Rock a lot.
That was like every time like I would stumble upon that as a kid, I was like, "This is cool."
No, because my dad really liked that when he was a kid, so he showed me some of that.
Oh yeah.
Also, a Sesame Street movie that's somehow incredible is
I didn't know they had movies.
Follow That Bird. It's about Big Bird, and he like just like escapes
it's his process
on
to
accident.
blow up on the Challenger.
It ends with that.
And the credits roll. Just like, Jesus Christ.
Fuck. I do enjoy thinking about how different the world would be.
It would be, who would be the host of Sesame Street?
Yeah.
I know that Sesame Street is way different now, and there's a lot of new characters because they made it like diverse and added a bunch of different ethnicities.
Right. Well, because the thing about Sesame Street, it was always supposed to be about low income housing.
Yeah, it's
situation.
About,
it's about people who live. It was supposed to be a borough.
Well, yeah, because someone lives in a trash can.
Well, yeah, I remember when they like promoted the first homeless because they're still technically Muppets, but the first homeless Muppet, and everyone was like, what about Oscar the he lives
in a trash can.
But I know like the South African version has a Muppet with AIDS because so many kids are born with HIV.
So it's just like,
it's about the world you live in and how to accept each other. Like Sesame Street is pretty incredible. It's weird that now it's more behind a paywall because you need HBO to get the new episodes.
Oh, really? It's not on PBS anymore?
I think PBS plays like all the episodes, but like to get up to date, you need that kind of shit.
They play reruns.
Where you got the Muppets dealing with the fentanyl crisis and shit like that. I don't know if they do that, but I'd be pumped if they did.
You know what that made me think of?
What?
It's like a cold open, and then it goes like the black with the white, and it says Muppets deal with the fentanyl crisis, and it's the Always Sunny music.
Sure, yeah. All right, so for the next episode, give me a list of your top 5 puppets.
That's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
but I'll have a week to prepare this.
And I will try to get a new list of top 5 puppets.
Okay. Yeah, because
like,
you know puppets
think,
more. You
got to think like
puppetry.
Yeah, because I would say not someone in a suit. It has to be the hand has to be part of it. Part of the face.
Do you consider?
And no, I would say robotics, but not overly robotic.
So that's what I was thinking. Like, do you consider like R2D2 a puppet? Because like maybe in the first movie,
yes, but not C-3PO.
C-3PO
because that's a dude in a suit.
But
R2D2, it's probably someone twisting
especially
it.
in the first movie, yeah.
Because like I would say Chucky is probably a puppet in some scenes. In some other scenes, he's a robot. Like he's robotics, yeah.
Ooh.
So like figure out the best way to play with those lines. Where
that's gonna be fun.
The xenomorph, even though like the head is probably a hand, that's not a puppet. That's a suit.
Yeah.
But the chest burster is a puppet, and that's definitely just someone doing that.
And that's a scary.
Yeah. Either way,
scene.
that's in my top 5. You can't claim that.
God damn it.
That'll probably be like my number 2 or 3.
That's a great.
Your number 1, right?
I'm glad that's my blind rank number because that's like I would never consider that a puppet, but now that I'm 100% is.
Because also the fun thing is that the whole body was a puppet.
Yeah.
Well, it was a part of the puppet.
All the shots of just the chest are.
Well, no, because it was a guy who put his head on a neck.
Yeah. And then
so the neck
so he was kind of standing there.
Well, and like the body could move and like flail, but then
and then blood's just fucking that's a terror because he busts through the shirt. Mm-hmm. That's a freaky scene. But that's what makes that movie awesome.
Yeah, because that's I think that no matter what, that's top 5 puppets.
Yeah, that's great. We'll plan on that next time. This has been the Moist Monday Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Make sure you
your favorite puppets.
Yeah.
At moistmondaypodcast@gmail.com.
Make sure you follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Moist Monday Podcast. Rate us 5 stars on all the podcast apps. We're still a 5-star podcast on Spotify
Please
and
don't ruin
Apple.
that.
Apple Podcast.
We just find that out.
Which is badass because of AI. They told us that. Pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, that's where we're at. We're asking AI about ourselves just to see what
Just to pump our
see what
ego.
the word is out there.
Send in your submissions for March. Moist Movie of the Month.
Yeah, recommend us movies and then also review the movie Heavyweights. It's on Disney Plus. Also, try to find it wherever you
But
can.
by the time you hear this, we've already recorded the episode, so your submission won't be included.
Then just email us that you saw it, and we'll be excited.
Yeah, we'll be excited. We just get
Yeah.
happy. But that's been the Moist Movie Podcast. Thanks for listening. Cheers, dude. Love you.
Love you too.
Bye, everybody.
Dry bones, lazy bones, big bones, dance around in your bones.
Oh, it's been so. It just worked this time, or did you redo it again?
I redid it.
Okay.
And we got the intro music back, people.
Hell yeah.
Because I reformatted the card.
Sure. You rejiggered it?
Yeah, I rejiggered the card. God, it has been a while.